to my channel. So if this is your first time here, please go ahead and subscribe down there so you never miss a video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I upload. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about postpartum shedding. I just had a baby a few months ago. I'm gonna do a video with her really soon. But she is about 4.5 months, and before I had her, I'd seen a lot of videos talking about like postpartum shedding. So she's like about 4.5 months right now, and I noticed that when she turned about 3 months, like about that 3-month mark, I started experiencing some shedding. Now let me just back up a bit, because throughout my pregnancy I was experiencing a lot of growth. So I got a lot of length during my pregnancy. I also experienced a lot of thickness. So my temple area right here, that is the most, I would say the thinnest part of my hair. So that area has always been thinner than the rest of my head, which is normal for a lot of people. This area right here, like the temple area, would be finer and not as dense as the rest of your hair. So that was very normal for me. Also, that area of my hair, it only grows about like maybe 2 inches, and then during my pregnancy I realized that that area on both sides of my head had grown like maybe 6 inches in total. So it went from like 2 inches to 6 inches, which that never grows that long. So I experienced a lot of growth and length retention during my pregnancy. Now, like I say, fast forward to 3 months after having her, I was like fixing my hair, like doing stuff, combing my hair and doing, you know, different things, and I noticed that I had a lot of strands coming out, and just these were like long strands. As I'm fixing my hair, I'm having long strands coming out of my hair. Focus. And that was very strange because I never experienced that. I might, like on a wash day and I'm detangling, I may have some strands come out, but I'm talking about as I'm like touching my hair, strands are coming out, and I'm touching it and strands are coming out, and that was starting to freak me out because I had not experienced that with my first daughter. So, you know, I was like, what in the world is going on here? And then I realized also on the right side, because the left side I didn't experience any like exaggerated type of thinning, but on the right side, my right temple, this area, I'm going to zoom in here, this has gotten like really thin. Like you can see it's like a triangle area right here. Like I said, this area is always a little thinner than the rest of my hair anyway, but it got like super thin, and it started when she was like 3 months. Like I say, she's like 4 months and 3 weeks right now, so almost 5 months. So for the last maybe 6 or 7 weeks, my hair was shedding really bad. So for like the first 3 or 4 weeks it was doing a lot of shedding, and then I noticed, so that has stopped mostly, but I noticed that this area has gotten really thin, and it is still it's still very thin. What I've been doing to combat the long strands, you know, from shedding all throughout my hair, is just trying to do very low manipulation, also conditioning and moisturizing my hair and not doing much to it. And I noticed that that really helped. I was using like shea butter, using our kinky curly cream, and just keeping it very moisturized, hydrated, and not doing the most. And that helped with, you know, all those long strands that were coming out. And then also in this thin area here by my right temple, what I was doing was applying a few drops of neem oil, because this was, I think, like even thinner than it is right now, like a little thinner, like it was almost like a ball patch. And just over the last like maybe 2-3 weeks, I've been applying like drops of neem oil every day and just kind of rubbing that in, so that this area can start to like catch itself. But it doesn't seem to be getting any worse. It doesn't seem to be getting any worse. It's just like trying to catch itself. So I'm going to continue with that and see how that thickens up. But I know that this area of my hair is prone to thinning anyway, because I noticed a few years ago, like whenever I get really stressed out or like worried about stuff, whenever I'm experiencing any kind of stress, this area here would get very thin, and then once I'm back to normal, then this will thicken back up and be the same as the other side. It's very, very strange. So I'm not like super worried about it at all, because like I said, I have experienced thinning in this area due to other reasons, and that, you know, obviously nothing to do with pregnancy, and it did thicken back up back to normal, and it was the same as the other side. So I'm not freaking out too much. I'm just trying to baby it and not, you know, definitely not doing any of tight styles, definitely nothing like braids or anything crazy that's gonna put a lot of tension on that area. So yes, now I will say that something else also happened around that 3-month mark that I think also contributed to the shedding and the thinning in this area. Around that time, I ran out of my prenatal, postnatal vitamins around that 3-month mark, and so for several weeks I was not taking my vitamins, which I've been taking ever since I found out that I was pregnant. I was on those vitamins. The ones that I was taking with the Natale, and I'll put it somewhere here and definitely down in the description box below. So I was taking the Natale, and then I was taking another like no-name vitamin from the clinic, and I'll put the name of that here, like in between. And they also gave them out at the hospital. Those are the vitamins they gave me. It's like a no-name vitamin. But anyway, so I didn't have my vitamins for like a month and a half, and then about two weeks ago, I found those no-name vitamins that I wasn't taking, that I'd gotten from the clinic. I found them again, and so I said, you know what, let me just take these until I can get the ones that I really want. And so I started taking those vitamins again a couple of weeks ago, and I'm definitely noticing that my hair is doing much better now that I'm back on the vitamins, because I am breastfeeding full time. So I'm not supplementing with formula or anything, and so I have to take my vitamins. So I realized that when I ran out of my vitamins, that was like a critical time when my body was like, this is not the time to do this. And so things just, it was like sucking everything it needed from everywhere, and my hair really suffered for that. Say hi, Bella.
Hi.
Say hello.
Hi.
Okay, go on, let me finish the video.
I want to be in this video.
Bella. The vitamins I think that those were definitely crucial to everything that happened, me running out of them and now being back on some vitamins. That was like crucial for me. Yeah, so I'm not playing with that. I'm going to keep taking my vitamins and make sure that I have them at all times, especially while I'm still breastfeeding. And then also to baby up this area right here, like I said, I'm using neem oil. It's organic neem oil, and I am just putting some drops of that and rubbing it in every day, because that does help to stimulate growth. And other than that, I'm just sticking with my regular routine of keeping my hair moisturized, conditioned, and not doing too much manipulation. Okay guys, so I hope this was helpful to someone. I know that watching the other ladies who recently had babies on YouTube, like Brosia and Minnie Marley and different people, I know Brosia talked about her postpartum shedding. talked about postpartum shedding. Anyway, but those videos really helped me to not be caught off guard when I saw what was happening. So I hope this is helpful to someone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Black carpet, I'm in trouble. Black carpet, I see trouble. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black carpet, I'm so dizzy. Black carpet, please get busy. Oh, 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 nothing to get home. Black carpet, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy.